The baker will hate me for revealing this. If you like it, please comment. I love easy recipe. And don't forget to like this video. Into a large bowl, start by adding 1 1/2 tablespoons of wheat flour. Then add half of a 10-gram packet of dry yeast powder. Also add 5 tablespoons of water. Now, using a spatula or spoon, mix it all together very well until ingredients combine. Once you've done that, cover this bowl with some plastic wrap and let it rest for 30 minutes. After this indicated time, and once pre-ferment has already risen, add 2 cups of wheat flour, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, and 175 milliliters of water. Now mix it all together very well until ingredients fully combine. Leave us a comment with the name of the city from which you're watching this. I'd like to give you a shout out and thank you for sharing this recipe. When you can no longer mix it with the spoon, start mixing it by hand. Then transfer dough to a countertop and keep kneading it for 10 minutes. Once you've done that, dough will be smooth and elastic. This is the right consistency. Put this dough back into the bowl, cover it in plastic wrap, and let it rise for 20 minutes. After this indicated time, dough will have risen a bit. Put it back on the countertop and slightly flatten it by hand. Now add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter or margarine. Then knead dough once more for 5 minutes until butter can be absorbed into this dough. When that happens, put some dough into a bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap again and let it rise for another 15 minutes. After this indicated time, dough has risen a bit more and it's almost ready. Using a knife or dough cutter, split this dough into 6 equal-sized pieces. If you've made it here, that means you're enjoying our recipe. So click the share button and share this video with all your friends. It won't cost you anything, but for us, it will make all the difference. Then rest these dough pieces on the table and round them by hand just like I'm doing here. Now stretch these dough balls by hand, then roll them into cone shapes, and make sure to press down its edges just like I'm doing here. Once you've done it to all dough balls, let them rest for another 5 minutes. Then repeat this process once more, flattening these cones and rolling them again. And if necessary, flatten these cones by hand just like I'm doing, so that this bread can get a bit longer. Once you've done that to all 6 breads, transfer them to a medium baking tray greased with some oil. Now cover it with a tablecloth and let it all rest for another 30 minutes. After this indicated time, using a very sharp knife, make slits in the center of each bread just like I'm doing here. Finally, using a sprayer or your hands, spread some water over these dough pieces. Next, take them to a preheated oven at 250 degrees Celsius or 482 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Baking time may vary depending on the power of your oven. Quick tip, for your bread to bake through and get soft inside and crusty outside, put a baking tray with some water in the oven underneath the baking tray with the breads. That recipe is ready. You may now get one, spread some butter on it, and enjoy it. I really hope you like this recipe. Now I'll head back to the comments section and will continue to answer everyone who left the name of their city. And I'll also thank you for sharing this recipe. See you next recipe. Bye.